The Desert Healthcare District and Foundation presents a podcast that supports your health and wellness where you live. This is Healthy Desert, Healthy You, hosted by Will Dean. Now, here's Will.
Hello, friends. My guest today is Evett PerezGil, who is a member of the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation Board of Directors. Director PerezGil actually joined the board in November 2018, and during her time with the board has served as board president and on various committees. She is a representative of our Zone 4, which primarily consists of Cathedral City, but also some smaller segments of surrounding communities. Welcome, Director PerezGil.
Thank you, Will. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're here. I know we've been trying to do this for a while, and I'm trying to talk to all of the directors. And I was interested when I was doing a little bit of research about you to remember that you and I joined the district at about the same time.
Yes, we did.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born and where you primarily grew up.
I was born in Sun Valley, California, and I primarily grew up here in the Dream Homes area. I've been here for about 48 years.
Wow. So what was, so Dream Homes is a neighborhood in Cathedral City. What was childhood like there when you were growing up?
It was hectic. There was a lot of gang activity during that time. There was not much support from the police and everybody else, but we made it through.
Wow. That sounds really challenging.
Yes.
So I want to speak forward a little bit and just talk about when did you and how did you first learn about the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation?
I learned about the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation through a project that I did with the Desert Healthcare District, doing the needs assessment in my same neighborhood where I live.
I remember that right after I joined, I think we were wrapping up that project. I remember going and there was a big presentation and you were there. Tell me about your role in that project. Were you participating as a resident of the neighborhood or did you have another role?
I was we were hired because we were residents of the neighborhood so that we can conduct the service. But we were also working as community health workers.
Right.
So that's how.
That's awesome. Also, Sol has been such a great partner to the district through COVID-19 response and before then and since then. So they do such great work. Tell me about the community needs assessment and what that did for Dream Homes. What is the impact that you've seen?
Well, through the community needs assessment, we went door to door doing surveys, asking the community what they felt that the community needed. And a lot of them responded that we needed a park in our neighborhood since our park had gotten taken. They had took our park away and made it part of the school, of the new school. So we didn't have a park for the community anymore. So that was something that the community was asking for. And with the help of our survey, the city of Cathedral City was able to get a park grant. And so now we have our Esperanza Park.
Yes. And I was there with you during the unveiling of that park about a year ago, I think. It's really beautiful.
Yes. It was about a year ago when they did the unveiling. And we've had a lot of activities for the kids in the park so far. We had a health fair. And then DRD is doing a series of Esperanza Rising. We have the community come out. The kids from the school sang this past weekend. So it's brought a lot of the community together.
Right.
And that was what we wanted.
Exactly, which is what a great thing that parks do. And if I'm not mistaken, there's also a connection at the park to CV Link, right?
Yes. The CV Link is also connected to the park. And there are a lot of people that ride the CV Link and also enjoy the park, like the exercise machines or just whatever's available at the park.
Tell me, what prompted your decision? Why did you want to run to be on the board for the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation?
I decided to run for the board because I thought that maybe the board was lacking or needed someone like me on the board, that was more community oriented, more from the community. So I decided to run. I thought at first I wasn't gonna make it because I was going against a council member from Cathedral City. So I thought, I'm just gonna try, see what happens. And so luckily my community elected me, and so I'm here.
And you were reelected, I think was it 2022?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting my years confused. All right. So you were reelected in 2022. So that must have shown you that your community has a lot of faith in you.
Yes, I'm happy. And I'm glad that they know that I'm here for them, and not for any other reason. And I think that's part of the reason why they keep, that they're still happy with me and still want me here.
Right.
On the board.
During your service, you have been part of significant history for the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation. In 2018, when you were elected, that was also the election where voters approved expanding our district boundaries, our geographic boundaries into the Eastern Valley. How did it feel for you to be coming in at the same time when the district was changing so much?
Well, it was kind of, that was one thing. And then also that year, I was the first Latina elected to the Desert Healthcare Board.
That's
so
right.
That in itself was kind of like hard, because everybody else was not like me. But also with the changes of extending the boundaries, it was a lot to learn and catch up on because I wasn't there for the total duration of that. So it was a little hard to get used to, but I'm glad that it was extended and that our services were extended to an area that also needs the assistance that we provide.
Absolutely. And thank you for reminding me of that. You were the very first Latina elected to our board. That in itself is historical.
Wow. Okay.
So going back to your involvement with the board and the history, the part that you've played in the history, you were board president when the board decided to take to the ballot a measure that was part of our lease purchase agreement. And that was for voters to approve or not whether we should lease the hospital that we own, Desert Regional Medical Center in Palm Springs, to lease it to Tenet Healthcare, and ultimately sell it to Tenet Healthcare at the end of that lease in 30 years. I know that was a hard decision for the board. Tell me about that. How was that challenging for you?
For myself, it was very challenging because Desert Regional is kind of like home. I spent a lot of time there and it's been part of the community. So it was kind of hard for me to say yes to the selling of the hospital because it's something that belongs in the community. But then ultimately the voters decided on what they wanted to do. And we have to respect what the community wants because that's why we're here, to provide services to the community.
Right.
And so it was very challenging and very emotional also in a way, because growing up and all the memories at that hospital.
Absolutely. I can understand that. So, but with that measure succeeding at the ballot brings a lot of opportunities to the district. I know since August of 2025 through May of 2026, which is, where we are now, we have been developing a new 5-year strategic plan with consultants. How has that process been for you?
I think it has been it has been good for us to move in that direction. We found people that were able to support us and help us get through it. And I'm pretty much looking forward to the new strategic plan. I'm hoping that it opens up a lot more grants for a lot of different things in our valley that are needed, like educational or even access to primary health care and all that. So I'm very excited about starting the new strategic plan.
Does it feel like a huge seismic shift for the district with the new direction of the plan, or does it feel like we're continuing the work that we've always been doing, but with more resources?
I think that for me, we're still continuing what we started, right? But it's more centered, more accountable, more for us to follow more specifically and make sure that we don't stray away from it, because sometimes certain things happen or you don't follow the strategic plan because of the need. So I think this will help us stay more on track for that.
What would you want our residents to know and your constituents in Zone 4 to know about the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation?
I would like them to know that we're here to help, to provide services, to help out in any way we can. I would like to see more residents and community use more the mobile units, right? Because it's a good service that is being provided to the community. And I would like more people to know about us, that we're a healthcare district, which are using their money to provide services for the community.
Right. So you are about 8 years in your service with the board. What motivates you to keep doing it, to keep going?
I mean, what motivates me is seeing the need in my community, that there's still a lot of need and we still have a long way to go before I feel completely like, okay, we're okay. And also just wanting to create a better future for the kids, for our next generations, because I want us to leave something. I want to leave them something that they're going to be able to succeed in,
right?
And not struggle like we did.
That sounds wonderful. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, I think at this moment you covered all of it.
Director PerezGil, thank you so much for being a part of the podcast. I appreciate your years of service to the district and to the community.
Thank you, Will, and thank you for considering me for this. I really appreciate it.
And for those who are listening or watching, if you want to learn more about the healthcare district, please visit our website, which is dhcd.org. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you, everyone. Be well.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Healthy Desert, Healthy You. This podcast is a production of the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation in Palm Springs, California. For more information, please visit the website dhcd.org. Our annual conference site is healthydesert.healthyu.com. This podcast is available at most major podcast portals, including Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Captivate.fm, Spotify, and YouTube Music. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe.